Good evening, America. It's me, Donald, and I'm here to deliver a very, very important message to you. This campaign, which is about you, by the way, has gone so well and has grown so huge that nobody saw it coming. The pundits, see, Larry King said, Trump's a joke. He'll never run. He'll never file. You know, all the pundits. Bill O'Reilly said I wouldn't do it. He said I wouldn't get in. He said I had a great company, but he said I would never run for president. I'm all about proving people wrong. So what did I do? I filed. I announced. At Trump Tower, I came down the escalator, thousands of my fans waving, cheering, Mr. Trump, we're so excited. Nobody knew what I was going to do. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to announce or not, or just talk about a new project we were going to have in Dubai. I got to that podium, and I knew that I was the only one who could truly deliver the message, and that message is we need to make America great again. And they said, he won't run. I ran. They said, he'll never file. He'll never say what he's really worth. He's not really worth that much. Well, it turns out, not only did I filed 3 weeks ahead of all the other losers. They all took their dimes. They had to hide assets here. They had to put stuff in Grand Cayman and lockboxes. I didn't do that. Everything's wide open with me. They went through my businesses, and not only did I file, they found out that my business is 10 times huger than expected. Great assets, very, very low debt, lots of cash, employed thousands, built a tremendous business, and I've done very well for myself, and I want to do the same for America. So I'm just here tonight to go over my plans for America, how we're going to make America great again, and some of the incredible highlights from my campaign so far. And I don't know if you've ever read it, but my book, The Art of the Deal, probably the greatest book ever written, probably my favorite that I've ever read, right near the Bible. I mean, I love nobody loves the Bible more than I do. I've read the thing inside and out, and I love that verse where it talks about being very, very wealthy and producing lots of children who are beautiful like you are, and making America great, just tremendous stuff. But not only that, The Art of the Deal, it's been translated in like 4,000 languages. It's been translated into Russia, Chinese, Swedish, Dothraki, Mexican, Mandarin, Pig Latin, even some dead languages. They're saying it. Even dead people are talking about The Art of the Deal. So I just want to make America great again, and I need your vote. I need you to come out and caucus for me. In New Hampshire, we're ahead by 700 points. I mean, the rest of the candidates are losers. I'll get to more of that later. But please check out my website, donaldtrump.com, and we are going to make America so strong. Thank you. Make America great. Make America huge. Make Putin respect me. Everybody loves Trump. This room's very, very nice. I had my wife decorate it, and she did a tremendous job. I mean, everything looks beautiful. It's definitely Christmas themed. Christmas is very important to the Trumps, and I give a lot. A lot of people think that I'm like Scrooge, like I don't give to people, but I give a lot. I gave like $100 million last year, so I'm very, very charitable. My business has done very well. Here's a good one. Oh, look at you, aren't you? A little smudgy right there. Get that cleaned off there. Handsome son of a bitch you are. Look at that. I even signed that in gold. I mean, that signature, just the paint of the gold is worth many millions. And then look at that suit. Look how handsome I am right there. I'm a little bit older now. I've kind of, I've aged a few years, but I think I age well. What I do is some of the illegals that work on my job sites, we kill a few of them and then I take their blood. I'm kind of a vampire, some kind of Twilight thing. I don't know. It's pretty good though. But I love this picture. It's a great picture of me. So the sign of a great president is somebody who surrounds themselves with very, very talented people. We need someone who makes good decisions about personnel. And my companies have incredible personnel. And by the way, most of the chief executive officers of my companies are women, and they make like 10 times what the guys make. So I'm very, very good on women. I'm better on women than Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's a disaster with women. I'm very good with women. I'm going to take care of women. I'm going to be so strong for women. I love women. I love women so much. I married 3 of them. I've been married thrice, and all 3 were tremendous. Did a great job. So the cabinet's very important. Who are we going to pick? Who's going to be in charge of the agencies? And I have some great ideas, and quite frankly, I think these things are going to just sail through Senate confirmations like a Derek Jeter home run at Yankee Stadium. I really do. And the Yankees are tremendous, by the way. Jerry Steinbrenner had a great club over there. Derek Jeter is a tremendous player, very, very good friend of mine. Stayed at Trump Tower many, many times, but we'll talk about that later. So for starters, we're dealing with ISIS. Those thugs, those dirty, rotten bastards, ISIS, who I'm going to bomb the shit out of. But we have to have good intelligence. We got to have good people. We don't have good people. Our people are so stupid. So I want to put at the head of the FBI somebody who's had incredible experience, someone who knows how to gather data and analyze the data. And I'm going to be tapping Agent Dana Scully from X-Files. She did a tremendous job keeping illegal aliens out of our atmosphere. I think she can do an even better job keeping them off our borders. So Agent Scully will be my head of the FBI, and I'm very, very excited about those confirmation hearings. And as far as the CIA goes, CIA and FBI, I'm going to have them work together. They got to talk to each other. They can't be like a couple of deaf people in a phone booth. They got to talk. They got to talk. So I'm thinking about tapping Jack Bauer from 24 because nobody's killed more terrorists than Jack Bauer. He's done a tremendous job. He's killed many camel jockeys, and he'll continue to do so as head of the CIA. So I'm going to be tapping him to run the Central Intelligence Agency. I'm starting with all defense here because no one's more militaristic than I am. The most militaristic guy in the room. I didn't serve in Vietnam because I had to make a company grade. I got a very small $1 million loan from my dad, and I paid it back with interest, by the way. And I built a tremendous company that has great assets, employed thousands, and is very, very beautiful. Secretary of Defense has got to be Captain America. I mean, he's done an incredible job fighting Hydra, and I think he could do a tremendous job taking on ISIS. Captain America's so strong, and he's so American, and he's so tough. He's got great buns, by the way, too. I think he works out at one of my gyms. I'm pretty sure that he does. So Captain America will be Secretary of Defense. And the Secretary of Interior. Interior is very, very important to this country. We have to have incredibly strong and beautiful interior. And quite frankly, nobody does interior better than Martha Stewart. So I'm going to tap Martha Stewart to be Secretary of Interior. She'll do an incredible job. It'll be very, very beautiful. And Ivanka could probably help her with that, too, because she does a tremendous job with interior. And we'll talk about Ivanka later. And as far as the Supreme Court goes, I mean, quite honestly, I can't even believe this justice isn't there yet. I thought she was. I had my people look into it, but she's not there yet. And on the Supreme Court, the head of the Supreme Court will be Judge Judy. Judge Judy's incredible. She's very strong. She's very resolute. She's very tough. And America needs that. We need toughness with our courts. We don't need wimpiness. So it's going to be very, very strong, and Judge Judy will do a tremendous job. And as far as Secretary of Transportation goes, we need somebody who understands transportation. We need somebody who knows about cars and emissions and making cars go fast and making them run strong. And I'm going to be tapping Vin Diesel to be Secretary of Transportation because he's done a tremendous job in the Fast and Furious series. And I think he would be very, very, very excellent in that post. And we were taking a look at Caitlyn Jenner. We thought maybe Caitlyn Jenner could be Secretary of Transportation, but then she ran into some tranny problems. And quite honestly, my administration doesn't need tranny problems. So we passed on her and we tapped Vin Diesel. And I got hundreds of these. I got so many of these papers here, and it's just so incredible. Some of the people that we're talking about. And then North Korea. North Korea is a pretty big problem. I mean, I haven't really heard Obama say much about it, but we need to act on North Korea. And I have to say, Kim Jong-un's done a tremendous job with the family name, the family image. They branded themselves for a whole entire country, and he's done an incredible job. But we need an ambassador to North Korea who understands diplomacy. And nobody does North Korean basketball diplomacy like Dennis Rodman. He's tremendous. He looks very good in a dress, by the way. It's a Trump dress. My daughter designed it. Dennis Rodman would be fantastic as our new ambassador. We're going to open up relations with North Korea. I can work with North Korea. I mean, they're just little yellow people. I mean, I employ millions of little yellow people around the world. I can work with North Korea. So it's going to be tremendous. Very excited about opening them up. As far as my protection, because it's very important, obviously, that I'm safe and somebody strong and somebody resolute is watching my back. And quite honestly, I need somebody who's got killer instinct. And I've thought very, very long, and I've thought very, very hard about who I want to be head of the Secret Service. It took some work. I had to call in a couple of favors. I had to talk to my good friend in Foxborough, Bob Kraft. And we're going to bring in Aaron Hernandez. He's going to do a tremendous job as head of the Secret Service. This guy's a stone cold killer. He killed like 3 black people. And no one asked any questions later. It took a long time for the authorities to be cued in. And this is a guy, quite frankly, that I want getting my back. I'll sleep very, very well at night knowing Aaron Hernandez is protecting me. So that's part of the cabinet for now. We'll have some more announcements coming, so stay tuned. Pretty good picture of me. It was kind of taken a while ago, but I think I look the same. I kind of look the same. Maybe a little more gray, maybe, but I think it looks pretty good. I look good for my age. I think I do. I mean, I think I look very good. So this race is very, very crowded. I have a lot of opponents. They're all losers and they're very weak, by the way. But I figured I should probably talk about them a little bit because I kind of feel bad. I feel bad because every time they get mentioned, my name gets mentioned. Oh, Trump said this. Trump did that. Trump said this. What did Trump do? What did he say about this? It's great. It's good for the campaign, but it's very, very bad for their campaigns. And all these guys are just politicians, and all I've ever done is get reelected. None of them have built a business like I have. None of them have employed thousands like I have, including Mexicans, who are all documented, by the way. I have all their documents I can show. I had them on Breitbart. I can show them to you if you want to see them. So my opponents are very, very weak and very, very disgusting. So I'm just going to kind of go through a list of them and kind of tell you how I feel about them. So we'll start with number 10, Ben Carson. I mean, where did this joker come from? I mean, he's like got the energy of a three-toed sloth. He makes Jeb seem like an Olympic triathlon, kind of like Caitlyn Jenner. No pun intended. Someone should take a look at this guy and see where he's coming from. I think he's kind of a psychopath. He talked about a story how he stabbed somebody and he hit a belt buckle and like all this stuff. I don't even know what it meant really, but I can't really understand the guy. He looks like he's comatose, and maybe an anesthesiologist shoots him up with meds before every debate because he's very low energy. Number 9, Carly Fiorina. Rolling Stone heard me talk about that face. Look at that face. I'd be very, very horrified waking up every morning, looking in the mirror. First of all, not seeing this face, but then having to see that face, because that face is nothing short of a Category 5 disaster hurricane. Very, very disgusting, very low energy, very, very Botoxed. None of this is Botox. This is all real, by the way. So, Carly, you're a loser. When you were CEO of Hewlett-Packard, you ran that company into the ground. You fired and laid off thousands. It was a disaster. Nobody has anything good to say about it. Ultimately, you got fired, which is what I would have done. I would have fired Carly. So, Carly, you're fired. You're disgusting. Rand Paul. I didn't even really want to talk about Rand Paul, but I mean, honestly, who cuts his hair? Who styles his hair? Edward Scissorhands? That hair looks like something crawled up and died there hundreds of years ago and just never left. I mean, that's how I feel about Rand. It is. It's how I feel. Who's Martin O'Malley? Oh, Martin O'Malley. Oh, right, the guy from The Wire there in Baltimore. Is Martin O'Malley, is he still running? I mean, no, seriously, is he still in the race? Okay, he's still running. Martin O'Malley, I don't have much to say about him. Go play your guitar in Iowa. See how that works out for you, buddy. John Kasich. I mean, sorry, John, you're kind of nice. You say some kind of good things that kind of make sense, but nice and pragmatic doesn't work. America doesn't want nice. America doesn't need nice. We need strong, and we need tough. And I'm going to bring that. John, sorry, you won't. Chris Christie. Somebody should have put a treadmill on his bus. Let's just be honest here. You got to lay off the Quiznos, Chris. And quite frankly, that bridge controversy was a disaster. And I would have fired everybody. But I don't know if Chris ordered it. I really don't know. He may not have ordered it. It may have been a subordinate. I would have fired everybody. The hammer would have fell, and it never would have happened. So, Chris, maybe out of this you can get a Weight Watchers endorsement when I'm in the White House. Bernie Sanders. Where do I start with Bernie Sanders? Can we talk about this guy? I mean, staring down our enemies. Can you imagine him face-to-face with Putin? Putin, by the way, who said very nice things about me. We were stablemates at Miss World in Moscow, which was my pageant, which I made a killing. I made tons of money in that pageant. It did very, very well. And Vladimir Putin's a great guy. There's no evidence he ever killed anybody. But could you imagine Bernie Sanders? I mean, Bernie Sanders. It looks like he took like a wrench or some kind of screwdriver and put it into the socket. And got blasted. His hair is a disaster. And that accent doesn't work for me. I mean, you're not really from Vermont. We know you're from New York. I mean, I'm from New York, but, New York aside, he's not going to be able to negotiate with Russia and Putin. I'll be able to do that. And probably he could become mayor of the old school Soviet Union, Moscow, because that's where his politics are. Socialism's disgusting. It's a disaster. It will never work. And quite honestly, Ben & Jerry's is disgusting ice cream, and they can just all go back to Vermont and have a big gay wedding there together, for all I care. Marco Rubio. I mean, Rubio, this guy, he's like junior varsity. He's like 12 years old. Can that guy do anything without sweating like Rosie O'Donnell at a buffet? I mean, it's disgusting. I'm at the debate with him, and I'm sitting next to him. I'm like, can I get you a towel? You're sweating like crazy. And quite honestly, here's a guy who hardly shows up for the job he has. He doesn't even go to the job he has. And he's looking for a promotion? I mean, that's disaster. That's not good business. If I was Marco's boss, and I will be, I would look Marco in the face and say, Marco, you're fired. Go back to Cuba. Jeb Bush. what can I say about Jeb? We've had some great back and forths. He's a pretty good competitor, but I mean, as each debate passes, he's slowly going further and further off the stage. As I predicted, Trump predicts, it happens. This guy spent like $100 million to be at like 3% in the polls. I mean, I fart and I go up 3% in the polls. So quite honestly, I just don't see it. His brother's 2 terms were a disaster. 9/11 happened on his watch. It happened on George's watch. I'm just saying. The hijackers trained in Jeb Bush's backyard when he was governor of Florida. Just saying. So the American people don't want another Bush. And Jeb's very low energy. And his campaign's a disaster, and he has not produced his wife's birth certificate. I know that she was born in Mexico, and I would really, really like to see her birth certificate, because quite honestly, I don't believe him. I don't think she's legal. I don't. So when I become president, we're going to look into that. And obviously saving the best for last, also the worst for last, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is, you look in Webster's dictionary under the word disaster and disgusting and train wreck, and there's a big, giant, fat, ugly picture of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, quite honestly, I'm very, very shocked she's not in jail. I can't believe there hasn't been an indictment yet. I just don't believe it. Anywhere from Whitewater to the right-wing vast conspiracy to all of Bill's mistresses, who Bill abused, and then Hillary covered up, by the way, and intimidated. But we'll get to that later. Very, very disgusting. Not good for women. Very bad for women. Again, I'm better with women. And quite honestly, I really believe that Hillary Clinton's going to see the inside of a jail cell before she ever steps foot in the Oval Office as president. Maybe when I'm president, I'll let her Skype from prison to see what could have been hers if she wasn't such a criminal and a disgusting pig. So that's where I am on my opponents. None of them are better than me. None of them have built tremendous companies. None of them have the assets I have. And we need to make America great again. In order to do that, I have to be in the White House. Stay tuned, folks. I definitely look like I'm worth many billions. I mean, many billions looks this good. This is how much billions can buy you. It can buy you strength. It can make you strong. Yeah, my hair looks pretty good today. I mean, that's really my hair. I mean, I can't believe people say, Donald, you know, your hair. Where'd your hair come from? And I'll be honest, part of my hair is probably from some of those hunting expeditions I went with Don Jr. and Eric to Africa. We killed 55 Cecil lions. They like to talk about that dentist that killed 1 Cecil lion. I've killed like 55, and I have their heads and their corpses frozen at Trump Tower, and they're very, very beautiful. That's a very, very beautiful bird. The bald eagle is a symbol of just such great strength. And to me, it really means capitalism. And capitalism is really the only system in the world that works. And quite honestly, Bernie Sanders is talking about socialism and taxing people 90%. And that would, quite frankly, be a disaster, and it wouldn't work. And I've named this bald eagle Sarah after Sarah Palin. She endorsed me today. And I'm very, very excited to have her endorsement. She would have made a great vice president, because let's be honest, actually, she would have made a great president. Because let's be honest, John McCain would have kicked the bucket in about 6 weeks if he became president. But the bald eagle means strength, and it means unity, and it means no illegal immigrants, and it means John Wayne. John Wayne's daughter endorsed me too, by the way. So I'm doing very, very well, and this is a symbol of our campaign. Hey, Mr. Trump, over here. Right here, Mr. Trump. Right here, Mr. Trump. Strike another pose. Very regal. Come on, give us rich. Give us rich. How's it looking? Is everything good here? Is my hair okay?
No, it's looking good, Mr. Trump. Tell us how you're going to deal with Putin. Show us a Putin.
I'm going to be so strong with Putin, and I'm going to be so resolute, and I'm going to have Sarah with me, and Sarah's going to back me up. I don't need her backup, but I'm going to have her just in case, and it's going to be tremendous.
Now, Sarah Palin endorsed you tonight. Who else endorsed you?
John Wayne's daughter. Do I need to even say any more? I mean, the Duke himself, the Duke's daughter endorsed me. Very, very excited about that. And we're going to make America so strong, and we're going to be riding rawhide.
Give us a side profile. Show us how the eagle looks for America. Give us some strong America, Mr. Trump. Yeah! That's it right there. Show us what power looks like. Show us wealth. Show us that Manhattan wealth. Show us strong. Your first day at the White House, what does that look like?
America is in deep trouble. Lady Liberty in New York Harbor is in great distress. If we don't seal up our border and figure out who's coming into our country and build a wall, we're not even going to have a country. And we need to build a wall that's so strong and so beautiful. And I'm going to get Mexico to, not only is Mexico going to build it, Mexico's going to pay for it, and they're going to love it too. They're going to respect me when I'm in there. They're going to respect America again. and it's going to be tremendous. But if we don't have a wall, we don't have a border. And if we don't have a border, we don't have a country. And we're in big trouble, very, very big trouble. And people say, Mr. Trump, who's going to watch the wall? How are we going to make sure the wall is safe? I got it figured out. I've begun talks with Jon Snow from HBO's Game of Thrones, and I've worked something out with his contract where when he's not watching the other wall over with the Seven Kingdoms, he's going to watch the wall on our border. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be a huge wall, but it's going to have a really nice door in the middle, and the good ones can come back. The good ones will be allowed to come back. So in closing, I would just say we need a leader who's strong, who's resolute, who won't be bullied around by all these other politicians and leaders around the world, because our leaders are really stupid, by the way. They're really, really dumb. And I'm like really, really smart. I went to Wharton School of Business, by the way. I got a 4.9 GPA, and I did very, very well. I was top of my class, lots of A's, made a lot of money, did very, very well. We need that in the White House. America needs that. We don't need any more of these clown politicians who all I've ever done is got reelected, and their friends got reelected, and they're bought and paid for. Nobody owns me. Nobody can buy me. I have many, many billions. I've done very well. But some people say, Mr. Trump, you're out of touch. You don't understand what every man's going through. Look, I've played pool. I've actually played pool with people in Des Moines, Iowa, and people in Jaffrey, New Hampshire. That wasn't very good. It's been a while. I haven't played pool in a long time.
They don't really have any pool tables at Trump Tower?
Not really. Cut old Donald a break. I think it's your shot now, Joey.
All right, solid or stripes?
Yeah, whatever you want. I don't care. Just as long as I win. Come on, Joey. You can do it. I know you can make this pool table great again. Take the shot.
I'm hoping you can make America great again too, Donald.
I will. It's going to be incredible.
All right, so green number 2, corner pocket.
Disaster. Your pool skills are so disgusting. You look like Hillary Clinton in the morning, buck naked. And you know that Bill probably pukes. He does. Probably. Those pubic hairs are very, very gray by now. They're probably very, very disgusting. Well, it's been great playing pool with you, Joey. Here's to making America great again, and here's to Hillary being a fat, disgusting pig.
Cheers. I'll cheers to that. Absolutely.
Now watch this shot. Bingo! I need your vote. Donald Trump, 2016. It's going to be huge.
Okay, so I'm going to roll. We're rolling now, so just one.
Oh my God.
Okay.
God.
Okay, Mary, so my hair is good. Everything looks good. It lines up okay. I look tremendous. Thanks. You're doing a great job. You'll probably get paid for this.
Okay. I'm rolling.
I need a little beer. The beer helps. If anyone asks, I don't drink. It's a weakness. I like that I had that idea.
Okay. You're good.
She's gonna make America so strong. She's gonna make America so great. Oh, there it is. Sometimes the prostate gets a little backed up and it's kind of hard to push through, but usually we get it. It's a very nice bathroom. Very, very nice. Oh, very, very successful piss. Very strong stream.
Okay. And 1, 2.
Hey, it's Donald Trump. Just want to let you know that my favorite podcast when I'm traveling on Trump Jet is Jackman Radio. They do a tremendous job, and you can check them out on Facebook under Jackman Radio. They're on Twitter at Jackman Radio. And their website to access all of their podcast episodes is www.jackmanradio.com. jackmanradio.podbean.com. Thank you, and together we will make America truly great.